Now, Bobby Rossi, I am pumped to be on the call with you for this one. This match has so much history. But John Steele, it's been a long time since he's faced the guy that he's going to be facing tonight. Last time we seen John Steele when he was facing Joey Bones, he was a phoenix, and now he's the lost cause. What has been like the transformation you've seen of John Steele?
The transformation is like day and night. I am watching a young man who is completely not just confident, but sure of himself. He knows who he is, he knows what he brings to the table, and he certainly knows his opponent, but these two are not the same people they were 4 or 5 years ago. Not in the least. John Steele has tagged up. John Steele has taken on Joey Bones. One would say these two were married at one point, but that was a long time ago. This is now.
Bobby Rossi, I don't know if you could tell, I legit have goosebumps right now when I hear this music. I was in 7th grade where these two became the XWA Tag Team Champions, taking on teams like the Workhorsemen, taking on the team at the time known as Bear Country, now the Iron Savages. I was there at XWA Resolution where Joey Bones selected the one-man thrill ride, John Steele selected Mike Verna, and now it comes down to this. John Steele was the Ocean State champion when Joey Bones made his return. But you'd have to think that he's had his target on him ever since he came back.
I 100%. It's almost as if John Steele is being haunted by an old ghost that refuses to die. But these are young men in their prime. They were kids when they were going toe-to-toe with one another. It's a different world. It's a different ball game now.
This match has come full circle, the history that these two competitors have, and it all comes down to this. But you mentioned it, these guys aren't the same people that they were over 5 years ago. They have both transformed tremendously. And you mentioned it, John Steele, he's more comfortable now, but Joey Bones, he's a hothead with that chair. How do you describe him?
I feel like, this is me coming back from a little bit of a hiatus. I feel as if Joey Bones hasn't skipped a beat. And there's something to be said for normalcy. There's something to be said for consistency. But when I look at him opposed to John Steele, I see a man who might not have evolved. That could be a drawback in this match.
It could be tremendous. Now, Bobby Rossi, let me ask you, when you hear Joey Bones get introduced, you hear him get introduced as the chairman. For somebody that you've gotten to see the birth of the chair, how much is that to Joey Bones?
It really is an extension of his persona, and it's almost like, could you imagine B.B. King without Lucille?
Oh yeah.
I feel as though there's that kind of connection between the two. Solid collar and elbow tie-up. Bones looking to get advantage, looking to utilize that longer reach of his, and he does so wisely, forcing Steele into the corner.
And Joey Bones said all over social media that when he used to train with John Steele, it was almost like a friendly competition. It was who can get the better out of each other. But there's no better way than in training than having a match. You need that 3 count today. So the question is, we always ask us, but who wants it more? Go for the pinfall.
A pretty snug, stiff, and slick schoolboy applied, but Steele not having any bit of it. I'm not watching Steele back down. Oh! It looks as if things haven't changed. We're still serving the same menu as we were a few years back in West Warwick. And we know what's on that menu, plus $7.99 a pound.
Joey Bones going in the ring. Big elbow drop from John Steele. Missed. And the chairman once again securing that pressure. But these guys, Bobby Rossi, you mentioned it. These guys know each other front and back.
They really do, and you're seeing it on display right now. Big leapfrog. Blocked by the hip toss and executes one of his own. These guys are on absolute fire right now. Every cylinder is going off in both of their engines. And that drop kick is just as lethal as it was years back in West Warwick. Whoa!
What a clothesline from Joey Bones. Now, Bobby Rossi, you know more than anybody. You've called probably more Joey Bones matches than anybody. Joey Bones has a very dominant moveset. You got the Superman punch, the drop kick. It's a lot of strikes, but we got to watch out for that elbow drop, that fireman's carry into the cutter. Joey Bones has those moves, but like you mentioned, it's like he never left.
It really is. You know, after not seeing this guy compete since probably 2019, I'm amazed. Really, look at this. The war ensues.
Only a 2 count, but John Steele immediately laying into his old friend. When John Steele came first to the RWA years ago, people didn't really know what to expect, and he made his way to become the Ocean State champion. And then Joey Bones came along, and John Steele, do you think he's fully wrapped his head around it yet?
I don't think so. I think John Steele wanted to keep Joey Bones in the rear view, and him being a part of his present, I think it drives him insane. I really do. John Steele is not the kind of guy to wear his heart on his sleeve, but actions speak much louder than words. Cover here. I'm watching Steele getting pushed to his limit again. And he don't like that. He likes being in control. He likes being in the driver's seat.
Speaking of being in control, only a 2 count, but immediately laying in with those big kicks right there. And John Steele, do you have a favorite in this one? It's hard to say because these guys at one point were identical. We're talking about tag team champions at one point.
No, I don't have a favorite in this one, and I don't think there really is an advantage. The only thing I can say is I've seen more from Steele in recent time. So I don't really know what to expect from Joey Bones, but going back to what I used to see back in the day, really, classic doesn't change, and Joey Bones is classic.
Joey Bones right now down. John Steele has the upper hand, using the ropes to his advantage. Come on now, Bobby Ross. Do you see this?
That's what's gotten him into these higher profile matchups though. Like, I'm not going to sit here and sign off on it, but let's face it. When John Steele was sitting around asking for permission, he was at the back of the line. Now he's calling the shots.
Joey Bones brushing him off. We talk about that fireman's carry, one of his signature moves, but John Steele brushing him off, picking him up, slamming Joey Bones down, going for the cover.
A lot of stank on that Uranagi, but even more reach on those long legs of Joey Bones. Knowing right where he is, he forces the break.
Oh, look at that. What a tactic right there from John Steele.
That's the Steele that we've grown to know. And whether people love it or not, it has been effective time and time again. These people may not approve, but their approval is not what John Steele is using to pay his bills.
Big strikes right there, one after another. Bobby Rossi, let me ask you, what is the biggest difference from when we see John Steele when he was the Phoenix to now the Lost Cause?
I feel as though the Lost Cause has got himself a lot of purpose nowadays.
Bones,
look at that vertical
spine buster from Joey Bones, but he's not done yet. Going for that submission, getting that leverage. Can Steele get that rope right there?
He's got that North Providence crab applied pretty tight, but John Steele knows where he is, and with one good solid reach, he can break the hold, and he does.
Joey Bones immediately getting off. Now let me ask you, in that situation, what should Joey Bones do? Should he give off or should he lay back in?
Tough to say, but you know what? I'm a firm believer that if you break down a man from either his midsection or his lower back, you will get him to crumble. I think Bones should continue on the offensive. Oh! Shotgun-style drop kick right to the solar plexus. Misses with the big boot.
John Steele's not finished yet. Bobby Ross, big spear! Going for the cover! And Bones has fight left.
Certainly does. I mean, this is what we know to grow and love about these guys. Back in the day, they didn't have all the answers. They didn't have all the techniques, but they had a ton of heart.
Look at this, Bobby Rossi.
This is not the John Steele that we've grown to know. from the past. This is a current John Steele. And everybody's really struggling with that T-shirt.
John Steele getting in the face of the ref now, but how is he going to... Wait a minute. Where's Steele going? He almost had the match won right.
He's looking for a final knockout blow.
Looking to call his shot on his former tag team partner and former best friend. Wait a minute, what's John Steele looking to do? Is it time for the Phoenix to fly?
Ooh, almost his misses big with
Superman
that springboard
punch.
attempt. And it could cost him Mr. Sanders, Joey Bones.
Big boot to the corner, one hell of a kick. And now the chairman, Joey Bones. This could be the elbow drop now.
You called it earlier on, like a fortune teller with a crystal ball.
And it's absolutely over. Going for, wait a minute, come on now.
You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me.
Come on, calling for the bell, not like this, Bobby Rossi. Keep ringing the bell, Denzel Jordan. We heard his statements earlier. Joey Bones is somebody he's targeting, but come on now, Bobby
This is obscene, but this is what Denzel Jordan has boiled down to.
But wait a minute, John Steele getting in the ring. Taking off Denzel Jordan, now big strikes, and it looks like Steele and Bones are working together.
I don't know what it may look like.
No. Oh, no. Bobby Rossi. Don't say it's true.
It's tough to know where you're going unless you realize where you have been. But I know this. Denzel Jordan is grabbing at every straw that he can reach. And he has certainly made a foe out of John Steele.
And a sign of respect in some way being shown. There's one common denominator. His name is Denzel Jordan. But these guys have the history. We might have got a winner. But now we need questions. We need answers, Bobby Rossi.
Folks, only time will tell. Don't you go anywhere. We've got one more matchup to close out Devil's Night 2024. And that is up next.